now by internationally renowned French-Iranian photojournalist born in Iran in the 50s, a man that spent decades travelling the world covering conflict, humanitarian crisis and recording the resilience also of populations. Reza Deghati, thanks for your time and coming into studio to join us. We see a young woman at the very start of that report, and it's her story that you used to write an open letter to the French president calling on him for action. Can you tell us what do you expect from France in this situation?
Well, France has been in the history the country of the freedom, the country of human rights, and the country that has always praised everything related to the humanity. That's how the France is known in the whole over the world. And what I'm asking President Macron to take this historical mission that France has and come out not just with a tweet or just a few words that has no meaning anywhere, but taking an action. And this action actually could be really powerful against the Iranian regime. This is the only way that now the humanity and everybody could get together against what's happening inside Iran, because this is beyond understanding. What is the Iranian regime doing it, the Revolutionary Guard doing it? It's just beyond understanding. You don't understand how and why this is going to happen in this way. They are killing in the name of the God, you know, and that's the main danger for the Iranian, for everybody, because those people, the Revolutionary Guard, that for many years all the Iranian was asking to be assigned as a terrorist group, because there are terrorist groups. Now they have the hand in all the munition, all the army, everything, plus all the economy of Iran is in the hand of the Revolutionary Guard.
And the severe crackdown. Before we get into possible action, can you tell us more about what you're hearing from Iran in the last few hours and days? I mean, we're hearing those reports of people literally being shot in the back and in the hundreds.
Well, yes, we have seen a lot of all this hundreds of the bodies on the ground. But just knowing that this is only one place in Tehran, it's happening in more than 300 other cities and small cities. That's why the number, it could be really over 20, 30,000, the real number. The latest thing which I heard happened last night in the hospital in Karaj is that the Revolutionary Guard stormed the hospital, and there were people that wounded on the bed, waiting for, and they all killed them by gun on the head. This has happened in the Karaj hospital just last night. That this is all latest information which I have, and they were doing it in many other hospitals as I heard about it.
Tell me a bit more about this Revolutionary Guard. I mean, it sounds so against its own population. You know, what kind of size is it? Is it across the country? And, you know, just tell us a bit more about where it comes from, who supports it.
Well, the Revolutionary Guard, as its name says, started by Khomeini just after the revolution. The young people that they were brought in, just, you know, to hold the revolution. But now they have become the biggest military community, the biggest army in the whole region, and they are the one that started creating the Hezbollah in Lebanon. They are the one that started creating the Shia militia, Hashd al-Sha'bi in Iraq, in Yemen, in Syria. So it is the branches of this big octopus, of this snake, which is in Iran, which is Khamenei. And this is the real power of the Khamenei, the guy. It's coming from the Revolutionary Guard. They have also the whole Iran economy, the communication, the petrol, everything in their hands, the construction. So it's autosufficient. They have enough money, and they are also responsible of the smuggling of the narco traffic from Afghanistan, Pakistan, going back to the Armenia, and then to Europe. That's how they're doing. So the power is
Entire.
the most important things. And that's what the Iranian was asking. Please cut their arms. Please put them on a terrorist
And
organization.
they're still asking for, despite the absolutely deadly protests, it sounds like Iranians are willing to put their lives literally on the line in a bid for change. Tell us a bit the living conditions that have led to this movement that, you know, defies all acts of bravery.
Well, Iran is the number 8 wealthiest country in the world, with 80 million people. And those wealths could be really make of Iran like Switzerland if there was a real government, if there was a real governance model. But unfortunately, this group of the religious people, the mullahs and the Revolutionary Guard, all together, they have put their hands in all the wealth of Iran, which is oil, gas, and a lot of the different mineral. So that's how they got hand on it, and it is dispatched between the few hundreds corrupt families. That's how they have it. The Iranian, according to the United Nations, according to the World Bank statistics, 50% of Iranian living under the poverty line. So this meaning that that's why, you know, the situation is becoming worse and worse. But what the people are asking, it is not for the economical reason. It's a freedom. It's what they have lasted over 47 years. Probably you remember a few days ago, a very old lady with the white hairs, with the blood running out of her blood in his mouth, going to the Revolutionary Guard. After that, she was hit with all the blood. And what she was telling, it's really, really what all the Iranian people saying. She was saying, I'm not afraid of dying. I have been dead for 47 years already.
And when you say France needs to act, the international community needs to act, are we talking military intervention? And I mean, where could things lead? I mean, you know, we have Donald Trump almost looking for an excuse to go back in and attack Iran.
Personally, I don't believe that the military action will help anybody, any countries in Iran. But what we saw in the past war, with the 12 days war, which they were very, very sporadic attacks, you know.
Targeted
attacks, and they take like 12 of the toppest Revolutionary Guard people. That may make it a little weakened, but now we see that they are still alive and they're still killing people. So mainly what is probably will help the Iranian, that's what many of the demonstrators are asking, is some targeted attacks on Iran. Personally, I don't believe that it may help Iran. But
what do you see as the way forward?
The most strong and the powerful, let's say, freezing the assets of the sanctions and really, because even there have been sanctions, but still they are selling the oil everywhere. Still they are getting money. Even many of the countries, they were being giving the money. Like we have seen the last times the Biden and or even Obama has paid a lot of money to the Revolutionary Guard. That's why I believe that, first of all, the U.S. and European government, they have to come together to take action against this Revolutionary Guard.
Yeah,
this is
cut the financing and cut it out at
everything's
at the root.
possible.
And for Iran in the future, I mean, you know, the system has been in place for almost 50 years. Are there opposition figures? Is there ready to take over? Do you see anybody as being able to take on the role?
Definitely. The opposition, the real opposition, it is inside Iran. They are in prison. They are men and women of the courage that they have been fighting this regime from inside, and they are now in prison. Many of them, some of them are killed We are even afraid that they will kill the one in the prison. As you saw, they started hanging people again and executing. Today, I hope that they will not do it. But anyway, so the real opposition is inside Iran, and they are mainly in prison now. The opposition outside, unfortunately, because Islamic Republic, they have been playing an important role of infiltrating a lot of different opposition roles. So none of those opposition group in outside, they are really reliable. None of them are reliable because many of them, they are already been infiltrated by the pro-Islamic regime people, even if they call them opposition, but we know that they are working or they're a spy of the government.
And as a man, Reza, who's, covered conflict for many, many decades, that gives your eye maybe a different vision of what we're seeing here in Iran today. Is the world getting worse?
There are cycles in the human life and in the history that if we just look in this moment which we are, we may think that the world is getting worse or it is in the highest, best moment, but we are in the cycle. So yes, when I see those pictures, I feel it because I have seen in reality many of the other wars, the same things, the same bodies inside these bags, people crying, people losing home, people losing life. I have seen them. I lived them over 45 years in many places in the world. So when I see them, it brings me back all the memories. I know what's going on. But in the meantime, I am very optimistic for the future of humanity because I believe that this is the moment in the history, and we are passing through it. Iran, I can see Iran in the future, not in the 1 or 2 years. I know that there will be chaos, but 2,500 years of the history, you cannot change it in 3 years or 50 years even. So, but we are going in a very nice way. The Iranian, they were able in 47 years ago to cut one of the pillars of the tyranny, of the despotism, and now this is the second one. So when it's finished, I believe that Iran will be a totally different countries. And by Iran being totally different countries, the whole Middle East, the whole Gulf countries, Persian Gulf countries, they will be better places.